Guests are seated while Wind Beneath My Wings by Bette Midler plays. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Kim Ezzy. I am a civil celebrant who has been given the honour of leading the final farewell for Harold George Smith. We gather today to pay our respects and honour the life of Harold George Smith, known fondly to everyone as Harry. We welcome those attending today in person and those who are attending today via video link. While we gather today and support each other in our sorrow, we also gather to celebrate the wonderful life of our beloved father, grandfather, brother, uncle and friend. For all attending today, we have tribute cards on your chairs and many spares at the back table. There you will also find water and tissues for those in need. You will find toilets and amenities to the right of the building. Please just follow the arrows on the ground. The family would like to invite everyone to join them for the wake with light refreshments after the service at the Redland Bay Yacht Club on Manly Road in Redland Bay. The precise details are on the back of the tribute cards. The online tribute details are also available on the cards, and this virtual tribute will be available until next Monday, the 9th of October, until 7 p.m. Harold George Smith was born in Holland Park, London, in England in 1967 to parents Joan and Harold. He was the first of 5 children, later joined by 4 sisters, Esme, Elsie, Elizabeth and Emily. Harry was hard to keep indoors, and any chance he could, he would take off with his friends and go fishing in the local waters of Holland Park for carp, trout and eel. When Harry was 17, his family decided to emigrate to Australia. His father accepted a transfer offer from the army and the whole family moved to Enoggera, Queensland. Harry was excited to experience the fishing in Australia as he had read about the amazing catches some men had gotten in Australian waters. It was a running joke in his family though, that when he found out there was a Holland Park in Queensland, he dragged his mum and his sisters out for a day of fishing to find the only water in Holland Park, Queensland was sewerage drains. Harry soon got a job as a tiler and worked for many years for Beaumont Family Tiles. When he was 22, while tiling a large house in Indooroopilly, he met a young woman named Marion. Harry was instantly taken with Marion. Not only was she beautiful, she was smart and caring, studying to be a veterinarian. Harry knew Marion was the girl for him. They exchanged numbers, but Marion warned Harry her parents would not let her date until she had finished uni in 3 years. Harry was unperturbed. He maintained wonderful friendship with Marion throughout her university years, and the day she graduated, Harry asked her father for permission to ask her out. Marion said no initially, but after being offered tickets to a Bon Jovi concert, Marion finally agreed, and the pair were inseparable from that moment on. Harry and Marion enjoyed a wonderful life. Marion worked as a vet for many years, and Harry became a stay-at-home dad when the family expanded, welcoming Tempest, then Adrian, and then Christian soon after. Harry returned to tiling when all the kids started primary school, but returned home to care for their late life surprise miracle, Eric. It was important to Harry to keep his promise to his beloved Marion and ensure Marion's dream of owning her own vet practice was realised. In 1992, Marion opened her first practice, Warm Hearts, and Harry was the proudest husband in that moment. Harry's job awarded him the luxury of being able to work varied hours to ensure the kids were always the family's priority, and Marion's dream continued. When the older kids had matured and moved out of home, Marion encouraged Harry to return to part-time work. His back was bad from years of tiling, and Marion wanted Harry to enjoy his later years as much as possible. Harry jumped at the chance to spend more time fishing. Harry loved his family, but he loved fishing just a little bit more. Harry and his best friend Franco, whom he met at the Beaumont Family Tiles, took every opportunity to go fishing. Good weather, bad weather, deep sea fishing, freshwater fishing, catching crabs and yabbies or big tuna offshore. They didn't care, they loved it all. It's all they talked about. If they weren't fishing, they were planning their next trip. When his beloved wife Marion died 5 years ago, Harry recoiled. He lost interest in everything and wasn't sure how he would ever live without his best friend by his side. After months of hibernating, it was fishing that finally lured Harry out of the dark. Franco had managed to secure a charter to Peel Island for a whole week. He knew it was a long shot, but with some gentle encouragement and some nudging from the kids, Harry reluctantly agreed, and he didn't look back. He eventually bought a boat he lovingly named Marion, so that whenever he went fishing, his beloved was by his side in name and spirit. His greatest joy in life was teaching his grandchildren Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher how to fish. Every chance he got, he would take the grandkids out, teaching them everything he knew, from boating, fishing and chartering to camping and cooking your catch. He also took the opportunity to ensure the grandkids knew who Grandma Marion was and would share stories of their life together around a campfire. He often reflected on these wonderful moments in time as the magical moments in life. He was so proud of his kids and grandkids, and his legacy lives on within them. I would now like to ask Harry's daughter Tempest to come and read Because of You by Faye Kilday. Thank you, Tempest. And now for the eulogy, I'd like to invite Harry's sons Adrian and Christian Smith. Thank you, Adrian and Christian. I would now like to invite Harry's grandchildren, Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher, to come and remember their papa. Thank you, Zale, Dylan, Kai and Fletcher. I would now like to invite Harry's best friend, Franco Death Star, to come and read a list of Harry's greatest catches and record fish. Thank you, Franco. I would now like to invite any other guests who would like to come up and pay tribute to Harry to come and stand at the podium. Thank you, everyone. I would now like to invite the family and then guests to come up one by one and take a fishing lure and hook it on the netting covering Harry's casket. Ritual is conducted while Gone Fishing by Chris Ray plays. I would now like to invite Harry's son Eric to come and read A Boy and His Dad by Edgar Guest. Harry's Coffin is Lowered as You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Peacemakers plays. On behalf of Harry and his beloved children and grandchildren, thank you all for sharing the joy of Harry today. Words can never truly convey the life and legacy of Harry, but we can share in the solace that he is now joining our mum, Marion, in the sky. We know they will be watching us all from above and joining us on every fishing, boating or camping adventure, and we will be seated at the table for every special celebration of life to come. Thank you for your expressions of love and support, for they have carried the family through this dark valley. Photos and memorabilia, a photo slideshow is played while Travis Smith's Fishing in the Sky plays.